Chopin's Waltz in C-sharp minor, Opus 64, number 2. And just a few interesting facts. Friedrich Chopin was a Polish composer and pianist who became a leading figure of the Romantic era. His compositions are widely regarded as the ideal romantic works and are performed everywhere from the smallest competitions to the biggest international thousands and thousands of dollars in prizes competitions. Those were the waltzes, and his waltzes were written from 1824 until 1849 and are designed for concert performances rather than the dance waltz, which was kind of the style of the earlier periods. And only 8 waltzes were published while Chopin was living. The rest were published after his death by various people, mainly his family, just who thought they would be good works for performance. And now, Eva Shvarztcer will be performing her telephone. Beethoven Sonata, and I just want to say a few words about Beethoven because he's great and awesome. So Beethoven's dates are 1770 to 1827. This is the end of the classical period and the beginning of the Romantic period. And he wrote 32 piano sonatas. This is half of them. So they are like really, really substantial pieces. I'm playing one of the light sonatas, which is only 2 movements, whereas most of his sonatas have 3 or 4 movements, and are probably double the length of this, standard, like minimum. So the sonata became a prominent member of the composer's repertoire in the classical period. These sonatas, and my sonata is an example of this classical sonata, they followed the rules a lot more. If you've ever heard Mozart, and you just can tell it doesn't change very much. It's just very, very streamlined, I guess. His early sonatas follow this. Later sonatas, mainly from the Romantic era, they broke the rules. They didn't care. The Romantics were breaking all kinds of classical rules. You see that everywhere, from paintings to anything like that. So Beethoven's piano sonatas numbered 19 and 20 are published as a single opus, Opus 49. I'm playing the first number in this opus, number 1. But number 2 is the most famous one, so if you want to look it up for some reason, then you'll probably recognize the second sonata, but the first one is very different. And these works were most likely used by Beethoven as teaching sonatas. They were published by his brother I'm not sure if they were published after his death or not, but they were definitely not published by him because he used them for teaching only. He did not want them performed, but we don't listen to him, so I'm performing. Thank you. First, I would like to thank Miss Brenda Steele. She's right here. She was my first piano teacher. That's great. I went over to her house and we did lessons, and then I didn't even have a piano when I started, so I went over there twice and practiced. I didn't like it, but I didn't like practicing, but I liked Miss Brenda, so it was okay. And now I like practicing, but it's still. So, also, I'd like to thank my mother. She's sitting in the front row. She's the best. She put on all of this. I made my own programs, just so you know. But other than that, she cooked a lot of the food, and she did all these wonderful things to make this recital a possibility. I would like to thank Marjorie. She introduced me. She was great. I wrote her script, but I could have made it worse on her. She could have been telling all the great things about me. But I did let her, she did introduce me, and so she was really great. And I'd also like to thank Shvarztcer. She is performing on a recital on Thursday with me at ASPA in front of our teacher panel, and that will be our grade, and that is like the big to-do as part of a junior. Everything leads up to it. So this is my full program, but her full program has not been presented today. It will be on Thursday also. And I think that's all for the people I would think of right now. I'm sure you're all wonderful, so I thank all of you for coming. So now I'm going to play George Gershwin's 3 preludes. Gershwin is famous for his Rhapsody in Blue and his folk operas. He is one of the first musicians who developed a uniquely American style and was able to bring it into the concert hall at the same time. Because a lot of this great jazz things were happening, but nobody was allowed into the concert halls for various reasons. And Gershwin was one of the first jazz artist, even though he just has elements of jazz, to actually make it into the famous concert halls of the Northeast, Carnegie among them. Also, so he was trying to write 24 preludes, but this did not get accomplished. If you know much about preludes in music, all the great composers, Chopin among them, they wrote sets of 24 preludes. And that was just kind of the set, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to write a prelude in every single key. Well, Gershwin's music doesn't have many keys to begin with, so that didn't fit the bill. But also, it was just, he just never made it. They weren't, when he went to publish them, they said, we'll only publish 3. And then when he performed them, they published 5. I mean, he performed 5, but he only ever ended up writing 7. So it was just a long shot to begin with. But, so I'm about to do 3 preludes.